point, I said Faka pressure. This feels like pressure for me. I have spoken in different situations, but I've never been introduced as a keynote speaker, so talk about pressure. I just want to say thank you all for being here. I want to say thank you to the man above. Thank you to God. I would like to thank the planning committee who have put in blood, sweat, and tears in pulling this event together. If you were part of the planning committee, would you please stand up? Let's give a hand of applause. Please stay standing. If you are a spouse or a partner of this wonderful team standing up, please join them in standing up. Thank you all for everything that you have done. May God continue to bless you. Please have your seats. It is a pleasure and honor to be given this platform to share a narrative with you. I'd like to, for a second, give a thought for our family, relatives, and friends who have either passed away from corona or other causes over the last 17 months. So let me continue. It's been stressful, so I would like to take this moment to distress ourselves. So bear with me. Listen to my instructions. Lock eyes with the person that is sitting across from you. Lock eyes.
Oh my God.
Now I want you to, while you're still locking your eyes with them, I want you to give them your best smile. Your best smile. Now I want you to think about something funny and laugh your loudest belly laugh. Come on, let's laugh. Thank you for indulging with me. There is scientific research that says that smiling and laughing reduces stress, anxiety, pain, depression, lowers blood pressure. And you've all heard the saying that laughter is the best medicine. And even in the Bible, in Proverbs 17, verse 22, a merry heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. We should all get into the practice of having smile and laughter breaks because it does take away from your stress levels. This week has been extra special for us. It's been a week of celebration. I don't know about you, but lots of people, even here, have been coming to congratulate Zambia. The inauguration that happened on Tuesday gave many Zambians a sense of freedom. It is no secret that our country was heading the wrong direction. The cost of living was spiraling upwards, and our country was losing its freedom of speech. And human rights were being threatened. So what did our people do, especially our youth? In a calm but very determined manner, the youth had had enough. They came out in droves. They protected the vote and voted in President Hakainde Hichilema. H.H. O'Bally has an amazing story. Our Zambians are not settling for mediocrity. And we, as Zambians in the diaspora, should also reject mediocrity. I I stand in front of you as a very proud Zambian. I am proud of my roots. I am proud of my heritage. And I know that you, being here, also share the same values. Whether you're Zambian by birth or Zambian because we have adopted you, you share the same love for Zambia. And that is why coming here together is so important. It is important to fundraise towards the development of community development centers to empower each other and learn how to thrive in this country. Thank you for loving and supporting Zambia. So one Thursday, July the 24th, 1986, I was at my parents' home in Northmead, Lusaka, and the phone rang. The voice on the other end informed me that my grandmother had died. Mama, who would watch wrestling and scream at my young sister Millie to jump into the TV and tell them to stop fighting. We would all burst out laughing because she was convinced that the wrestlers were actually inside the TV. Mama, who used to love to cook imbalala, peanuts, and tute, cassava, on the imbaula. At that time, and at my age, Mama was tiny, she was cute, and she made us laugh. Anyway, Mama had died. The family plans came together to take the long drive from Lusaka to Mansa, which is about 475 miles, or a 10-hour drive. Now, to get to Mansa, you have to pass through Congo, using a pedicle road through a place called Mokambo. You guys have heard of Mokambo, some of you? Mm-hmm. This joins Commonwealth to Lusaka province, and at that time it closed at 6 p.m. So the family plans were that my dad would be leaving with some of us, and my mother decided that she had to go to the bank to get money because banks back in the day used to close at 2 o'clock. So we left, we went through Pedicle, we arrived in Mansa. We got to Mansa on Black Friday. We knew that my mother and the other family members wouldn't get there until Saturday morning. So on Saturday morning, we're waiting for our parents to come so we could have the funeral. Well, all of a sudden, we heard wailing. And we heard somebody say, Bana Musonda, Bana Musonda. That was the name of my mother, mother of Musonda, who is the firstborn. They never got to Mansa. They had a car accident. My mother died. My mother died going to her mother's funeral. It was such a weird time for me. I was dazed. I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know what to do. But I remember that we buried my grandmother. I was in a daze, and we went back to Lusaka. And I remember walking to my parents' room and seeing everything exactly as Mom had left it. Her slippers, the book that she had been reading, her body lotion, her handbags, her shoes. Everything was exactly as she had left it. The physical things were there, and even though she had left us physically, I knew her spirit was with me. On Wednesday, July the 30th, we buried my mother. And at her funeral, there were hundreds of people. Why did I tell you this? Because the people came to mourn her because of the life that she lived. She wasn't formally educated. She went to Standard 6. But she was able to navigate her way through life and live a purposeful life. She made a difference in people's lives. She was president of the Mothers Union. She was the head of the Altar Guild at the Cathedral of the Holy Cross in Lusaka. And she used to make those huge, big candles from scratch at the house. She was head of housekeeping at University Teaching Hospital. My mother died at the age of 46. For those of you whose parents are still alive, I urge you to cherish and love them. For those of you who've lost parents, let's continue to keep their legacies alive. I confess that my mother has been dead for so long that I forgot how she had impacted my life. Until a few weeks ago, I was asked to keynote in front of 100 Kenyan and African ladies. And in preparing for the event, the organizer, Gina Darrow, kept asking me, Frida, where do you get your drive from? Where do you get your spirit from? And I said, I don't know, that's just the way I am. I don't know, that's just the way I am. But she kept pressuring me. And then I thought for a minute, and it dawned on me that I was emulating what my mother had taught me. She lived her life of excellence. I am evolving and I'm on a journey. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of my parents. So I've come up with 4 things that help define me and hopefully will resonate with you. Earlier on, Kasonde Musoma, Dr. Kasonde Musoma had his HHHs, right? So I'm giving you my GAP, G-A-A-P.
Okay,
Goodwill, attitude, purpose, and patience. Goodwill, what is goodwill? It's intangible. It's a sellable asset that comes from your brand, your reputation, and your relationship with others. I have been told that I'm good at networking, and I've had sessions saying that your network is your net worth. We are creators and masters of our worlds. So be intentional about creating and protecting your reputation, your brand. Do not take a transactional approach with relationships. Take a relationship approach with relationships. Be in the business of causing effect. Happiness only comes from making others happy. In the workplace, they say under-promise and over-deliver. That in itself is goodwill. Be gracious. Practice gratitude. Build agency with others. Be good to people, just as you want them to be good to you. Be in the business of creating goodwill. Denis Diderot, who is a French philosopher, says, happiest are the people who give most happiness to others. My next A is attitude. Your manner, your disposition, your mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, life isn't fair. The world can be cruel. From the time that we're toddlers, we are told, don't do this, don't do that. So we're born in environments that already restrict us. So it's not a surprise that our natural disposition is to having a negative mindset. So you have to remove the constraints and be powerful and challenge the status quo. That's why it's important to develop a growth mindset. One person that I really am intrigued by is Carol Dweck. She's the one who has really made popular the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. And metacognition, think about how you think. Rene Descartes says, I think, therefore I am. You can teach your brain neuroplasticity, neurons. It might mean that you think about your network. Get rid of people that are bringing bad energy to yourself. Increase the number of people that are bringing good energy. And eliminate those that have a damp cloud. Because remember, the rain from that cloud is going to eventually get to you. Mark Twain said it best: never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with their experience.
Right.
Bad habits are going to cost you. So be in the business of creating and practicing good habits. It's like planting a new garden. You have to take out the weeds, you take out the rocks. You put in good manure, you plant your seeds, and they will flourish. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions respond, do not react. Be a problem solver, not a problem maker. Embrace and take lessons from failure. When you fail, you are making your first attempt in learning. Ego is the enemy, so manage your ego. Be confident, but not arrogant. The way that you're going to get ahead in life is hard work. There is no substitution for hard work. Learn to work hard and how to cope with setbacks. John Maxwell says, determine your success by cultivating the right attitude. I end by saying this: bad attitude, bad result. Good attitude, good result. Great attitude, great results. Excellent attitude, excellent results. My P is for purpose. Focus on something that is meaningful and makes a positive mark on the world. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. The goals that foster a sense of purpose are the ones that potentially change the lives of other people. Just like the community center we're talking about early on today. If you're able to take passion, excellence, and purpose, those ingredients will make you successful. So each of us control our lives. I always say that we have 86,400 seconds every day. Use your time wisely.
Good way to break it down.
There's so many examples of Zambians that are leading a purposeful life. Some of them are in this room today. These shouldn't be exceptions, but they should continue to be exceptional for us. Barbara Banda, who scored the 2 hat tricks at the recently ended Olympics. We have Linda Kasonde, who challenged the ZICTA when during the elections they closed down the internet and social media. Pilato, who is a civil rights activist. Biflo, John Sangwa, Dr. Chiluwata Lungu, who runs the program that Sela went through that helped her with her career path. We have them in this room as well. Kasonde Musoma, Akende, Julian, Chandaba Nathan, Fred, Jim, I can name on and on. These are people that are living with purpose. Remember the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, verses 14 to 13. To those that were given 5 talents, 2 talents, and 1 talent. Everybody did something with it, but except the one that was scared, do not be afraid. Find your purpose and multiply your talents. I choose to be bold. I choose to be action-oriented. I choose to be vision-focused. And as I've shared with you my goodwill, attitude, and purpose, I was given feedback that, Frida, you need to be patient. So my last P is patient. I need to learn how to enjoy my journey and become more patient. I have become a lifelong learner, and I can be impatient. I need to think about the long game. Books today are everywhere. Everybody has an opportunity to get more educated, and education is something that nobody can take away from you. So as I think about this, I think about Albert Einstein. Try not to be a person of success, but a person of value. And now, as I segue to my last part of my presentation today, or my keynote, I want to share with you this poem. Several of you may have heard before, but I thought that would be just relevant for us as we come into this new chapter. in our country, but also in our lives. Our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, handsome, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking, so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Each of you are abundantly blessed with all the resources and attributes needed to make that happen. We were all born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us all. Don't play small. Don't be fearful. You are powerful beyond belief. Embrace that fact and go live your best life. Thank you.
I told Dr. Freeland that she's rocking that J-Lo dress today. I'm bring it to the middle so everybody that came in late, y'all can see what she's looking like. Thank you.
Utumpundu wana mayo, utumpundu.
Yes.